let's look at the Skyrim Together Reborn Wabbajack list. What you can do. You have a number of races. They will come with new abilities, new gameplay, and you can also select the younger versions in order to have the vanilla abilities. You can inspire your playthrough and get a suggestion for a random skill, a random character, and you can basically try to follow them. Let's try to go with this one. In order to get these specified skills and armors and weapons, you will need to basically pick these things in the following menu. So let's try this one. We're gonna have a restoration two-handed heavy armor bossman. So let's call him something like the Woodland Crusader. Sounds fitting. Here you will see all the plugins kicking in, and we can select something like the Lord Stone ability to start the game. Let's choose iron armor and a two-handed weapon and restoration. Make sure to select the same friend as your other players, otherwise these NPCs might actually start attacking each other on the way to Riverwood. I do not recommend you to play with the survival mode. If you can, and if you have control over the server console, you can use the set time command while you are sleeping. Progress time, but it can be very finicky.
Wait.
So this mod list includes some new biomes.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up.
Let's equip the armor and
Good
our
luck.
weapon.
I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
This mod list comes with grass and pre-cache for the grass. Comes with community shaders and some grass collision and other things you might like. Your computer cannot run the game for some reason, you can turn off community shaders. The crosshair will be disabled when you are not in combat or doing anything useful. You can move around some of these elements with the end key. For example, we might like to move the game time widgets, and just you can see it down here. Here you can also enable and disable certain shaders that might not look well on your setup. For example, if you don't want the wetness effects, you just disable and save. Press end again till you're back to gameplay. You will have true directional movement and better third person interactability. You will have Dindalod and a bunch of magic mods, perk mods. Let's see what we can find over here. You have timed block features and animation mods.
You're mine. This a surprise.
You can also timed block certain attacks. When you die, you will regenerate your HP where you stand till you're at about half. Hatvo will of course help you. You can use something like boomerang. Throw it. You will loot
I hope that dragon isn't still flying around there.
magical items using
We'd
quick
better keep
loot
moving.
and
I feel
NPCs
that dragon
like
might be out
Hadvar.
there watching us right now.
They will loot things that are better than what they're having already. So let's see what he has. Can dodge. You can see that he looted the longbow of frost from the enemy. And that can come in handy or be scary in certain situations. In the beginning of the game, you will have this lush rainforest-like area mixed with the Return of the Dragons and the snowy peaks of Skyrim. And this mod list in the Wabbajack form is not using any nude characters, so it would be considered safe for streaming, stuff like that. And you can disenchant most of the things you can find in the game and put up to 3 enchantments on your gear. You will also find tempered gear, and you can tune this in the MCM. You want to tune it, BFCO. This will unlock certain different power attacks if you want to use them. Otherwise, just power attack as normal with the attack button. You can jump attack as well. When it comes to the loot systems I showcased, you can tune them here if you want less leveled loot or turn off the NPC loot feature. They are here. You can also select how the tempering degrades when the player uses items. Or you can choose to only have the UI contextually show when something has happened. Get Radiant quest point perks. And you can tune your controls here. When it comes to Sky UI, the best position for switch tab on the controller is clicking the left stick. And when you start the game, by default, you will have these settings for the ultimate dodge mod. I prefer to change them, but you can do this as you like. For now, if you want to sneak, you just hold the sprint button, shift, while you're standing still, and you have a dedicated dodge button, basically. But if you want to sneak using the dodge button, you can enable sneak style too. I guess that is what you need for the first setup. And then you press F2 to connect to a server. You can use the public playtest 1, and decide who will be the front runner in the party, who will enter all the doors first, and then have them launch the party. Everyone else in the server will be zoomed up into the same party. And then you can use the player list to teleport between them. Let's go find some cool gear. As you saw, we found some various magical gear on top of the summit over there. These are the time blocks from Valhalla. If you decide to not kill any humans in the game, or NPCs with human-like characteristics, and you only defend yourself against animals, you will have access to one unique party buffing spell. So basically, you have to not have any people killed in your stats for it to work, and it will increase your teammates' regeneration percentage for health and magicka. Really useful. So with these pelts you can craft something like a bedroll if you need to sleep anywhere. You sprint a lot, you will gain athletics. If you explore a lot, you will gain new skills. So let's check them out. So the perks have been modified in some way. And the new ones you will see come in the form of philosophy for reading books. Gain combat skills faster. Take less damage from certain things, have longer blessings. The alchemy tree, you can learn how to make tradable potions. Here you can even have a Falmer weapon playstyle. In the speech tree you will have disguises that can make you behave as part of a faction and have them be friendly to you or hostile to you. In terms of sneak, we support different types of sneak damage modifications. So dual cast, destruction and other things. Even bashes and illusion spells. And in some cases poison and sun spells. And even greatsword attack damage from stealth. Exploration, you can mitigate some of the survival hazards in the game. You can explore these as you wish. For athletics, you can go faster, have some combat effects, can be useful. And you also have a flurry perk for two-handed here. The basic weapon types have been remade. So swords here, or blades, have more crit damage and bleed. Maces deal more damage against armor and undead. Power attacks with axes deal more damage. The same goes for the two-handed ones. Precision will grant you sweep attacks for everything. There's a tree for punching combat. You can explore this using any of the beast races or craft claws from bear claws and do more damage as a regular race. This is augmented by the blocking perks, and level 2 of this perk also lets you take less damage while blocking with a weapon. Here we have some bash damage perks, and you can use this with deadly bash, power bash, even with torches. Or you can do timed blocked things even without having a block item in your hand. So you can be a spell sword, or you can be like a mage and still hit the timed blocks. With horsemen, you can do most of the vanilla horse combat from the horse, and you have support for certain things from true directional movement in terms of locking onto moving targets, shooting arrows, or swinging weapons at either side. The only thing you cannot do from the horses is magic in this state of the mod list. And of course, there are some changes to smithing. So some of these give you new bonuses. And you can also upgrade some of the military gear that are used in the armies. And there is a patch in this mod pack if you decide to use something like Curious or Saints and Seducers. These perks will be patched to allow you to do Madness Ores, things like that. For example, the most popular ones, like the Ebony, you can take this using only the Dwarven or Arcane prerequisites, so that you don't need to take everything in the entire tree. And here's the last new skill. It has to do with staves, scrolls, and many other perks that previously only had to do with dual casting. They now benefit from holding a staff as well. So let's decide. Starting perk. Here you can see matching 2 iron or steel armor parts. They deflect 25% of arrows. This can be useful in the beginning, but that kind of set bonus, it wears off when you start to only wear things from another material type. So if you upgrade to Orcish at some point, you might need to update your perks to get specific bonuses. Here you can see a useful starting set for this type of character. We'll go with the sword and equip these. And this comes from a Dark Crusader pack. Every time you read books, you will advance in one of the new skills. And let me show you one new area. It looks pretty cool after all the mods. You have some new climbing as well. And this works even if your weapon is out, compared to older version of Sky Climb. You will have sky shards that you can collect perks from throughout the game. and many new areas have been tweaked to look a bit more, I guess, epic, or have some more environmental storytelling. There's some more locked chests and rewards. There are left side rings that you can use on both hands. And there's also recipes for converting things between different hands for the legendary rings. This Crusader Lantern will allow you to have passive light inside of dungeons. And let me show you the water as well. By default, the sky shards will tell you where their brothers and sisters are. And there will be some random types of NPCs exploring the wilderness. Some of these might have aggressions towards other factions, and they can become aggressive to townspeople. Yes. You have improved camera for first-person animations. And Pandora, generating the third-person animations. There's a lot of add-ons to your character cosmetically. You can craft things like cloaks, different hats, bandoliers, handbags. And if you decide to become a vampire lord, you can even fly. So you can fly up to these floating islands. Not that there is anything up there. It can be a nice vantage point to meet with other players. There's some unique buildings close to Riverwood. Let's heal up. If your computer is having trouble loading and running all the graphs, you can just type TG in the console and have free performance. Here's one of the add-ons. And a unique little cabin close to Riverwood. You want a more flashy house, you can go to the other side of the river.
Come on, there's my uncle. Uncle Albo, hello.
You will find a Riverwood Manor.
What are you doing?
Here you can find unique things, like a saber-cat mount. You can give your followers spell tomes to have them use effects in the game that you find beneficial to the party or to summon conjurations for you. This is the manor you can buy. There's a quest for it and a steed stone. This will help one of your party members to do something like gathering expensive and heavy armor. Let's go see what's happening in town.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What? What is it now, Mother?
It was a...
Sigrid, we have company. Ain't every day we get visitors. Of course. But what's all this about? What are you two doing here? What? That explains what I saw earlier. A dragon. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers you
We've
can.
been so worried about
If
you.
you'll do that
And as a
for me,
Bosmer you can detect friendly animals. You have new followers.
So, we are in this together, yes?
A Dawn Guard themed Argonian with a silver sword. You can also get a silver greatsword from the caves up ahead. And these stones you can use to buy perks from the perk tree for dragon souls. I'm not sure if you can fight from this mount. Looks like it. And this eagle that's flying around, it's part of your smart abilities.
I think this...
And the more damage you do from, I guess, a mount, the more horseman skill you will get. So Dindolod will do a pretty good job of rendering in all these modded environments, and even if the NPCs in the main quest kind of die in the beginning, like Alvor, due to some accident, you can still complete the first part of the main quest by just approaching Whiterun as usual. And if you want a cool, unique weapon for a two-handed warrior, can be quick and try to take the giant's club from the giant here. Tried and tested this mod list with lossless scaling from Steam.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you. Mm-hmm.
And yes, I suggest you have a go at the mod list. Let us know how it's running for you, and make sure to stay the same level in your party when you're exploring, and always follow the party leader. In this mod, we have a new fork of the Skyrim Together code, and it allows some different progression where party members can pick up quest items and try to contribute a bit more. And your save won't be as bricked if an NPC approaches you and tells you about a quest, for example. So that was all I had to show today. Hope you will enjoy the mod list.